What's up, everybody? Welcome to Keep It a Benji, and that's how I'm gonna keep it. I want to speak on this whole Sporty Face allegedly gonna get a DP or not, and I got this snippet from Spider Low, and when y'all hear what he had to say, I think it's gonna help y'all comprehend me elaborating my thoughts on whether Sporty Face deserves a DP or not.
I see that DC Baby Draco thing and really took life and legs. I really find that interesting because I can recall before it ever sparked, Sporty Face calling me and inviting me to get aboard on the DC Baby Draco campaign. And I wasn't really aware of all the what was involved. And I was just absolutely, utterly, uberly uninterested because Spoety Face, he began this whole conversation with me like, I know you don't Moneybag Rose, but Moneybag Rose says such and such about this dude named Baby Draco, and it's finna be a big wave, and I'm gonna get on it, or I just got on it. I just uploaded my video, or I haven't uploaded my video. He was like, you should get on it too. But as soon as he said Moneybag Rose, I didn't explain to him that caused me to be uninterested. I just assumed that would be a waste of breath because he already told me, I know you don't f with. And for him to be aware that I don't f with, I just would assume or imagine he will have some type of understanding as to the reasons why.
Y'all heard what Spider Low said. He said it was a lot of conversation taking place behind the scenes about the whole campaign against DC Baby Draco, which is kind of shocking because I kind of thought that it was more like something a person like had just boiling on their mind, like something they had to get off their chest that they were actually passionate about. You know, when you passionate about something, you just gonna be addressing these matters that you disagree with just flat out because that's how you feel. It ain't about you trying to like shop it, the idea and the concept and the whole, campaign all around the board to get more people on it just because it's gonna be some type of viral wave and all that type of stuff. You just saying what you saying because you want your thoughts on that matter to be put out there publicly. If you running plays and you doing stuff like that, you shouldn't mix that with the serious element. Cause anytime you mix joking and playing in the mix with a serious element, that's always being disrespectful towards the serious element. And the serious element is the homies, the hood, the gang. If you gonna run a play in the name of yourself. See, people always want to be perceived or push like they want to be perceived like they own man and they make their own choices and they their own man. But you can't get took serious like you your own man 100% if you always got multiple people in your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like when you always got the group in your mouth. You know what I mean? And I mean by saying that you always talking about the dead homies on this and that, on this, on the gang, on the hood, on woo-wah, woo-wah. Anytime you saying that stuff, you obviously keep moving as a group. You know what I'm saying? So do what you do. You know what I mean? You ain't got to have on the hood, on the gang, on all this, that stuff in the mix of your conversation when you know you finna run these plays. Because at least, okay, if you want to put yourself in the gray area to where people gonna take you serious or not, or think you goofy or think you weak or soft or anything like that, do that to yourself individually, but never put the homies in the hood and the gang and all that in the mix. And then it comes to like when you talk about a person saying they a community activist, it's like, are you really standing for the people, or are you just running plays in the name of the people? Because how are you running around here campaigning and trying to get Spider Loke and other people who knows on this campaign just because how much success is going to do on the internet? And you saying that you got a problem with what he doing because it's flat out hurting the community. So it's like, do a person really hate them like really got a problem with him because he is bad for the community, or as a person knowing that making this stance for the community on this internet will be good and it's gonna go viral? I mean, y'all heard what Spider Loke was saying. I don't even know if Spider Loke meant to say what he said on purpose or on accident, but in my opinion, that little snippet right there wasn't a good look for Sporty Face. And that's why I feel like, you know, if it was something that had to do with me and my homies, I would definitely advocate for that person getting a DP. You know, just because what I said, man, keep yourself in them type of positions if you want to keep yourself in them positions to where people got to question what you stand for. But don't never look the people, don't never put the people, the community, the homies, the hood, the family, the squad, the team, the clique, don't never put nothing else, don't ever put none of that stuff on trial to where people got to question what that stand for. When you got people like Flakko saying that he done marked out of all of LA, and he just had an encounter with a person that's supposed to be viewed as a real somebody from where they come from, and he threatening him all on the internet about what he gonna do to him when he seen, and then when he seen he don't do nothing, that's not a good look. Cause you didn't even have to play like that. You didn't have to threaten him. You didn't have to say nothing about what you was gonna do to this man. You didn't get no points for saying you was gonna do something anyway. And then you could have got points if you did follow suit. So it's like, why would a person do that? I don't know. And then he looking at it, Flakko looking at it like, when do anybody really get crashed out? I be seeing people upset with Flakko about, oh man, you know, he be better watch out and this, that, and the third. And it's like, man, Flakko done figured out one thing about all these gangbangers, man. And I'm going to keep it a Benji as well. That's that most of these gangbangers is for sale, man. You know, people in these streets is really for sale. And Flakko know that if he give a person a 20-minute course on how to succeed on the internet, he know them people ain't going to speak against him. He know they going to be speaking on his behalf. If Flakko make a video in their favor or even disrespecting them and get him any type of awareness or clout, they know, Flakko know these people ain't going to go against him. If Flakko uses resources and his power to possibly get a person a shot up there at no jumper or something like that, Flakko know these people ain't going. You know what I mean? Flakko just answering the phone for people and stuff like that. If they call or reach out and respond, DM, anything, whatever, they know, Flakko know that people ain't going to go against him for all this disrespect towards the game community. Because he know people that really value the game culture like that and take it serious probably ain't really on here trying to be something different anyway. You know what I mean? Probably ain't on here trying to be successful in podcasting or YouTube, the internet, or anything. You know what I'm saying? He probably assumed you was out here really just devoted to the game culture. You know what I mean? So he understood that. And he's been getting away with that year in, year out. And that's just so is everybody. So at some point when he be kind of saying like people get marked out and all that stuff, I get it, you know, even though we know in a real way, it's like, no, he ain't marking out real gangbangers. You know, we understand that. But through his travels of being in LA and the ones he been interacting with and had dealings with, came across and all that with, they done showed him what they done showed him to make him feel comfortable to say these type of things about members. Flakko said some stuff that I agreed with when he was talking about how like dudes gonna do more politicking about issues on the internet than what they gonna do on the streets. And that's like true in this day and time. Just truthfully. You know, the whole street resume and stuff don't exist no more. Now it's an internet rep. That's like true. You know, people definitely care more about what the internet say about them than what's actually the truth about them. Because mind you, in the society of like that underworld, the streets and the gang culture and all that, most of the things you could get credit for is kind of like something that it shouldn't even be publicly known anyway. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like People like don't want to be in the shadows no more. People don't want to be moving off the radar anymore. People kind of like the whole thing now was like almost be like a public crash out for your reputation. You know, and then hopefully you get some type of chance to where you could possibly double back and have a second chance or a third, fourth, fifth chance on your career. That's kind of like how it been going. Just think about it. Like, you know, the people who be like doing a lot of the reckless things and stuff, you know. I don't want to throw names out there like I'm just, you know, bashing certain rappers and all that stuff. But y'all know ones that be getting good breaks and stuff and they be like, wow, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. That's just what it seemed like. Even these young dudes, you know, before they actually do a crime, they would just film themselves committing all kind of crimes that they don't even think is a crime. Like, you know, threatening people on live, waving guns, talking about what they're going to do to people in the name of a gang and all that stuff. All that stuff is illegal. You know what I mean? The police want to, they come grab you up for all that type of stuff. So, that's just where we at with it right now. When you got people like Flakko just keeping it real on what the gang members and stuff like that he didn't interact with make him feel, we can't get mad at him because what he see about the culture. If that's his opinion and he ain't afraid to say his opinion because what the culture done showed him, then maybe the culture gotta fix that. Because as we see, we got people who's a part of the culture playing with the culture as well. You know, not respecting it. So, y'all let me know what y'all think about it, man. How y'all feel about this DP situation? How y'all feel about Flakko and marking out LA and all that type of stuff? And all the gang members getting marked out. Keep it a Benji like I always do. I'm out.
And that's real. Don't be following no bullshit, because bullshit will get you killed. Real shit will get you killed, but bullshit will get you killed for sure.